Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss Wheatstone Bridge, meter bridge and its application, potentiometer and its application. Okay. Actually, meter bridge is based on Wheatstone Bridge. These topics are very important for the board examination, right? Now, this is the last lecture of current electricity, and first topic of this lecture number 5 is Wheatstone Bridge. Now see, this is a network. This network is called Wheatstone Bridge. Four resistances are connected along the side of a quadrilateral in which one diagonal is connected with galvanometer and another diagonal connected with the battery, right? So this is along the diagonal, but we are placing this cell in this side, right, to avoid the confusion, right? So if this is the Wheatstone bridge and if it is balanced, now what is the mean of balance? Balance means if galvanometer current is 0, if there is no current in galvanometer, then this bridge is called balanced bridge. Although it is Wheatstone bridge, but balance is means there is no current along the diagonal, right? So if this condition holds, then we can say P by Q is equal to R by S, means the ratio of these resistances is equal to ratio of R and S resistances. Now if we are known about the three resistances, we can find the value of fourth one, right? Now we have to prove it. Now if we apply Kirchhoff's law in this loop A, B, D, A, so we can get I1P, right? We are making an arrow in Kirchhoff's law. The direction of current is opposite to this arrow. It means it should be taken as positive, so I1 into PR. In the second resistance, the direction of current is similar to the direction of arrow. It means it should be taken as negative. And there is no source of EMF, so that is equal to 0, right, in the first loop. For the second loop, this is the second loop. Again draw the arrow, right? Now I2 plus Ig. Ig is 0 for balance bridge. It means I2S is in the direction of arrow, right? It means it should be taken as negative. For Q, we are making arrow in this direction, anti-clockwise, and current is clockwise, so it should be taken as positive. Ig is 0, right? Now it may be written as I1Q is equal to I2S. Now divide equation 1 by equation 2, we can get P by Q equal to R by S. Now this is the meter bridge. This is an instrument which is used to find the unknown resistance, right? This is a board, wooden board, consisting of a scale and a wire of alloy, any wire of alloy. It may be nichrome, it may be constant, and it may be magnet. The length of the wire is 1 meter. That's why it is known as meter bridge, right? So 1 meter wire is there, made of alloy. Now there are metallic strips. Metallic strips offers very less resistance. That's why we are using metallic strip. There are two gaps, 1 and 2. So we connect the resistances over here. One resistance is unknown, S is unknown, it should be connected in this gap. Other one is in known, right? Now at point B we connect a galvanometer. This is the galvanometer, right? And Here the galvanometer connected with jockey. Now jockey is sliding from left to right. When we shift the jockey from A to right side, the deflection in the galvanometer decreases, and at a point the deflection in the galvanometer becomes 0. It means this bridge becomes balanced. Now resemble it with the Wheatstone bridge, right? This is the Wheatstone bridge. The first resistance is R, that will take place of P, right? This one of P. Second S, it will take the place of Q. Now what is R? R is the resistance of this portion of the wire. And what is S? That is the resistance of this portion of the wire. Now galvanometer deflection is 0. Here galvanometer deflection is also 0. So we can say R by S is equal to resistance of this wire divided by resistance of this portion of the wire. So it may be written as P by Q is equal to rho L by A. This is P, right? This is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S. Now what is P? P is rho L by A. L is length of this portion, right? So rho L by A divided by rho, now L. L is 100 minus L. So we should write it 100 minus L divided by A. Now after solving, we can get L divided by 100 minus L, and that is equal to R by S. It means R by S is equal to L divided by 100 minus L, right? So we can write it S is equal to R 100 minus L divided by L, right? So we can get the value of S resistance, which is unknown for us. Meter bridge is used to find the resistance of a given wire, right? But for that, one resistance should be known to us, right? Now we are going for the potentiometer. Potentiometer is also a wooden board, right, in which a uniform cross-sectional wire of bigger length is connected, right? Now see, when the constant current flows through the wire of uniform cross-sectional area, then the potential difference is directly proportional to length, right? Now see this diagram. This is the potentiometer. Here is a wooden board and number of wires connected to each other, right? These wires also made of alloys, nichrome, constantan or magnet. This is 1 meter wire, this is also 1 meter wire, 1 meter wire, 1 meter wire, 1 meter wire, 1 meter wire. It means the length of the wire is 6 meters, right? Now these wires are connected with the metallic plates, right? This is metallic plate, this is metallic plate, this is metallic plate, right? Now the current is flowing from here to this wire, then this wire. The length of the wire increases in a single board, right? For this, the potential difference is directly proportional to length, since V is equal to IR, right? V is equal to IR. Now what is R? I, this is I. Now R is rho L by A, right? Now see the statement. Uniform cross sectional area. It means A is constant. This is constant. Constant current flowing. It means this is also constant. And rho is always constant. It means V is directly proportional to length, right? Here we are writing V as E. E is equal to phi L. Phi is the potential gradient. Reason is that phi may be written as E by L, and E by L is voltage divided by length. This is the potential gradient, right? Now the applications of potentiometer. To compare the EMF of two primary cells, we have to connect two cells E1 and E2 with a key of three terminals, right? When we connect 1 and 3, the first cell will be in the circuit. When we connect second into third, second with third, the second cell will be in the circuit. Now here we connect the galvanometer and galvanometer connected with jockey. Now we slides this jockey from point C in this direction, right? Now what will happen when we drag this jockey? The deflection in the galvanometer will decrease, and at a point the galvanometer deflection may be 0. Then what will happen? Then the potential difference across the wire will be equal to the EMF of the cell. Now we can write this one. E is equal to phi L is the basic principle. For the first cell we can write it E1 is equal to phi L1, right? E1 is the EMF of the first cell. Now for the second cell, when we connect second and third terminal with each other, then we can get E2 is equal to phi L2. After dividing the equation, we can get E1 by E2. It means we are comparing the EMF of two primary cell with the help of potentiometer, right? Now this is the second application. Here we are measuring the internal resistance. Now there is only one cell is there, right? This is a resistance box from where we offer the resistance in the circuit. This is key. Again this is galvanometer connected with jockey. We slide from point A and get the null point, means zero deflection in the galvanometer, right? In the first, this resistance box is not in circuit, it means key is open. Then what will happen? Then we can get E is equal to phi L1, right? Now connect R resistance from this resistance box. The potential difference of the cell becomes the terminal potential difference, right? Then we get V is equal to phi L2. Now V is the terminal potential difference, right? Now divide equation by equation 2, we can get E by V is equal to L1 by L2, right? And after substituting the value of E, we can get this value. From this we can get R is equal to capital R L1 by L2 minus 1. So we can get the internal resistance of the cell by using capital R. Capital R is the resistance offered from the resistance box, right? L1 and L2 measurable, so we can get the internal resistance of the cell, right? Now this is a question. The potentiometer wire is increasing uniformly, right? Uniformly from one point to another. We have to draw the graph between phi and A. Now see, I and rho is constant. It means phi is inversely proportional to A. If it is, then the graph will becomes like this. This is phi, this is A, this graph is like this, since phi is inversely proportional to A, right? Now this is question number 2. This is related to the meter bridge. This is meter bridge. R and S resistances are in this connected as per the diagram, and null point found at 40 centimeter, right? This is the 40 centimeter. Now what will be the equation? S is equal to R 100 minus L divided by L. After substituting the value, S is equal to 3 by 2 R. When we connect the 30 ohm resistance in parallel, the resistance becomes 30 S divided by 30 plus S. right? We can get the two equation and two values r and s, right? Now this is all over about this